All right, hey guys. This is my first time kind of making a actual video. Most of the time I'm just kind of recording myself riding. But I had a few people asking what parts are on the bike. So I'll kind of go over a breakdown of the stuff on here. I'm not really done building it, but I'm still gonna add a few more things, but I'll just go over what's on it now. The first one is gonna be the Memphis Shades Road Warrior fairing. This one's vented. It's 13 inches high. I think it's, for the price, I feel like it's kind of worth it. I feel like it totally changes the whole look of the bike. And then next up, um, I got the Dean Speed crash bars. Um, they're pretty easy to install, if you ask me. I just put a little Loctite on there and bolted them in. Um, I'll be honest, I think that's probably one of the best mods for this bike because I've dropped this thing and they've saved my ass at least 2 times. Otherwise, the tank would probably be fucked up because this bike weighs a good like 800 pounds. So I think crash bars are always fucking worth it because it's just like you can get them for $500 and they'll probably save you a good, a ton of money in repairs. And then I have this Thrash and Supply handlebar bag. I think it's the Plus. This shit is fucking lovely, I'll be honest. I keep my registration in there and then like my phone and my keys and stuff. Next up, we got the Dean Speed. I think these are the Butcher bars. They're 12 inches, I believe. 12 inches? Yeah, I think they're 12 inches. I had the bike came with the drag bars on it, but I hated them. They riding more than like 30 minutes with drag bars just fucking killed my back. And I was looking up stuff like how do ape hangers affect the handling of the bike, and from my experience, it doesn't really fucking change it that much. Like I feel like I can control the bike just as well as I could with the drag bars. The bike also came with risers. I don't know how tall those are, but it came with risers. So this whole setup is probably a good like I want to say like 14 inches up. I almost put fucking 16-inch ape hangers on here. I'm kind of glad I didn't because that shit would look fucking crazy. Then I have the Vans ODI grips. These things are great. They're way better than the fucking stock ones that came on the bike. The stock ones would like rattle and shit, and they were like a hard ass plastic. I didn't really like those. And then I have the quad lock. This is the wireless charging one, so just put your phone on there and you can start charging it. I have it off right now, but there's like a power button. You just press it and it'll turn on and charge your phone. I also have the Dean Speed bark busters or hand guards. These work great at fucking blocking the wind. These are actual steel, so they're pretty fucking tough. That makes a big difference, especially riding on like cold days and stuff, because your hands freeze. It's horrible. What else do we got here? I haven't really fuck with the foot controls too much yet, but I'll probably get around to it. I was thinking about changing out these rubber shift pegs because like if you look at my boot, the rubber leaves a mark after a while, so I'll probably put some metal ones on there. The question people always ask is about this seat. This is an Alex Leathercraft seat. I'll be honest, that was probably the hardest thing to install on this bike, that fucking seat. And these bolts, I mean, I think the seat is good quality, but these fucking, just some parts of it was just like a pain in the ass to get on. I like it though. I think it looks It really like adds to the look of the bike. But some downsides to it, these bolts, besides the install, these bolts are like fucking rusting already. I mean, that's not a hard fix. I could probably put some different bolts on there or like treat them. But like I was looking online, like how does a bobber seat affect the comfort of the motorcycle? It's way more comfortable than stock. I'll tell you that for sure. But with these leather seats, you kind of have to take care of them a little bit more because they like patina and shit. So you don't want to, like with these leather seats, you don't want to leave them out in the rain. I just got a shower cap and I put it on there whenever I wash the bike or it's about to rain. Another thing I want to change out is these shocks. The shocks on this bike aren't really that great. I haven't really changed the preload on them, but they're just not that great from stock. Like you feel the bumps for sure. Even with the bobber seat, because this does have a spring. The bobber seat does have a spring in it, but it doesn't really like change too much. Another downside to this seat is that whenever you hit a bump, the shit it'll like bend down. So like after a while, it started like smoothing out the paint right here. I tried putting electrical tape. It didn't really help too much. The fucking tape just wore off. I should have figured that. But next up, we got the Thrash and Supply passenger bag. This thing is great. It actually expands. I got some shit in there, like my camera stuff. I usually take that off the bike. But yeah, the passenger bag is nice. It's kind of expensive, but I think everything from Thrash and Supply is pretty fucking good. I actually ordered some saddle bags, and I'm gonna be putting those on there whenever they come in. Maybe I'll make a install video on that, because most of the Thrash and Supply stuff is actually made for like Harleys, so getting it mounted up is kind of a little fucky, but I'll try and see what I can do. And then I have the Luggage rack. That's an actual Indian brand luggage rack. I got it off a dude on OfferUp for like $90. The luggage rack is regular like $200, so I got a pretty good deal on there. He wanted $60 for it, but I told him if he held it for me, I would give him $90, and he held it, so I gave him $90 for it. Next up, I feel like next up is the Dean Speed Sissy bar. I got this is the Wicked one with the double arch on it. Install on this was easy as fuck. Most of the Dean Speed install stuff is like super fucking easy. Yeah, my bad. I had to put a cut in there. It was a fucking student driver. It scared the shit out of me. But yeah, the Dean Speed Sissy bar was a pretty easy install. You just unscrew the 4 bolts right here, and then you just fucking slide them in. A lot of people say you need Loctite on it. I didn't put Loctite. It hasn't fucking fell off, so hasn't fell off. Next up is the Combustion Industries tail tidy. Install on that one was also pretty fucking easy. The hardest part of the install on that was probably getting the old license plate bracket off. That was kind of a bitch, but I feel like that changes the look of the bike a lot, and it really adds to it. Yeah, getting that one on was pretty easy. The only downside to that is that it does kind of like squeak and rattle a little bit, but it's not like, you can hear it there. It's not really too bad. I actually got to keep with the Combustion Industries tail tidy, you get to keep the license plate light. So technically it's totally legal, because Dean Speed sold one that like mounted to the actual shock of the bike, but with that, like if you get pulled over, they're gonna be like, where's your license plate light? And then you're kind of fucked. So I wanted to keep the license plate light. That was the main thing. Otherwise, I probably would have just mounted it to the shock, because that would have looked pretty cool, but you need the license plate light. And then I think the final mod I did to the bike was the Freedom Performance exhaust. These are pretty cool. I wanted to do the 2-in-1, but I couldn't really. The downside with that is that you got to flash the bike and tune it and shit. And this bike is still under warranty, so I didn't want to fuck with that. So I just put these slip-ons on there, because with the slip-ons, it doesn't void your warranty. That's it for now. Pretty much all the mods I made. If you guys have any questions or recommendations, feel free to ask.